adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for a sail back to Boston. So nevermore shall we see you again. Hello, huge movie fanatic Nay, stopping on by. This time I'm coming at you to showcase a little bit of home movie viewing technology history here. Once again, coming at you to showcase an old piece of home video, physical media, whatever, I guess just history, and it being the 45th anniversary of the motion picture Jaws. From what I understand, I only thought it was appropriate to make this video. I've had this thing for years and years and years and years, since I don't know if I may have gotten this in '06. It's got a price tag on it for $2.98. I'm coming at you to showcase what very well might be the very first laser disc of the motion picture Jaws here on MCA DiscoVision, copyrighted 1981, MCA DiscoVision Incorporated. Yeah, when I came across this, possibly in 2006, for what did I say it was? $2.98. I'm all over that. I just absolutely love these old freaking LaserDiscs from the early 80s. And just the cover art, and I don't think I'd ever really seen, or I don't think I'd ever, if I'd seen them, I don't think I ever owned one of these DiscoVisions. And being in the era of disco, having been released in the era of disco and stuff, I was just like, oh my God, not that it's the DiscoVision is in reference to the music genre. It's a disc, but it's just funny that in the disco era, a LaserDisc would, they'd call it a DiscoVision or whatever. Interestingly enough, here we've got copyright 1978 on the front. I don't know why it says that. I guess maybe that's when the sequel came out. I don't know if they screwed up their years of release when they did that. They very well may have. But I guess not a whole hell of a lot to see here. I mean, I just wanted to showcase this. I'll probably, show like a digital still picture of the back. This is one of those LaserDiscs that's obviously the movie's over 2 hours long, and for those of you who don't know, LaserDisc, an extended play, you can only put 1 hour on a side of a disc. So if you've got a movie that's over 2 hours long, you're looking at 3 sides minimum. So this has got a second disc, a side 3, with a whopping 4 chapters. What in the Toledo? I mean, I'm looking at side 1 only having 1 chapter, and it says Hooper arrives at Amity Island. What in the hell? Side 2 is saying chapter 1, Brody and Hooper look for the shark. Chapter 2, shark attacks people in the pond. Chapter 3, Brody, Hooper, and Quint search for the shark. Chapter 4, the men spot the shark. In side 3, chapter 1, Quint shares his experiences aboard the Indiana. Chapter 2, the great white shark appears again to attack. Chapter 3, Hooper goes into the water. Chapter 4, Quint is killed. Don't look at the back of this if you hadn't seen the movie, because the last chapter on the last side completely spoils a part of the movie. Once again, not that spoilers are, that big a deal. It's just a movie after all. But yeah, being 2 discs, this is actually getting kind of heavy to hold. I've probably already shown you this, but we'll just show it to you like this as well. I actually kind of like the Roy Scheider, Robert Shaw, Richard Dreyfuss thing, and then the white Jaws box with the red title there. But look at that, this black and white picture still of the movie. Yeah, but another cool thing about this release is, having grown up in the 80s, and primarily, probably the first time I ever saw Jaws was probably this. I would imagine the movie that's on this LaserDisc is the first, film to tape transfer of Jaws ever for home video or home viewing pleasure for home viewing. I just had to say the word pleasure. So anyway, like I said, this is probably the very first transfer of JAWS for home video. And having grown up in the 80s with transfers like this, I really, I can remember when I got this at the time, I put it on DVD because, I just love, as much as I love Blu-ray, high definition presentations of stuff, it is kind of a blast from the past to watch, original transfer like this, again. So I did put it on, this LaserDisc on DVD. So I worked at a video store at the time, a mom and pop video store when I got this. So I would play, this version from the LaserDisc on DVD on the TV at the video store I worked at, just, during the summer, all summer, just on repeat, man. It was just so cool to work at this mom and pop video store and play the first ever transfer of JAWS on a tube TV. We didn't have, it was back when, we never had an HD screen or anything like that. It was just a tube TV. It was just so cool, even though I was working there in like the mid, I don't know what it was, 07 to 2010, it still felt like, it kind of felt like working there in the 80s or the 90s or whatever. But just thought I'd share that with you, this thingy right here. This is how it looks on there, DiscoVision side 1. Does it say, it just says 1. So DiscoVision JAWS side 1. Then you've got DiscoVision JAWS side 2. DiscoVision JAWS side 3. And what's interesting about releases like this, when you've got a side 3 but no side 4, this is what they'll print on it. And of course I can't read it, so I'll read it to you. I'll probably show a better picture anyway. Program material has been recorded only on other side of this video disc here on DiscoVision. So that's another thing that kind of sucked about LaserDisc. It's just like, if you had a release like this with 3 sides, 2 discs, 3 sides, you end up with a side that's just completely worthless and useless and nothing's on it or whatever. Oh wow, I'm just looking at this. So the side that's got nothing on it, it's just like all frickin' funky, like, I don't even know how to describe this pattern. I'll probably take a digital still picture of this. I don't think I've ever necessarily looked at this. It's just all, I probably showed you in a digital still picture, but for those of you who have never seen a LaserDisc before, this is, you're not supposed to hold it like this, but I'll probably never watch this again or whatever anyway. So, and I've got it on DVD, but you're not really supposed to hold it like this. Ideally, in the days when I was using them, you hold it like this, So this is the side with nothing on it, and here's the side with something on it, the actual side 3. And if you saw Back to the Future 2, you saw that scene in the alley where they had all these just in the trash pile, all these LaserDiscs just all in a big trash pile. But in case none of you have seen a LaserDisc, it's basically like looks like a CD with the rainbow, goofy ass rainbow stuff going on there. DiscoVision. Pew, 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 do, 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 staying alive, ha, 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 ha. So I just thought that would be fun for you guys to look at. Quite possibly the original, very first LaserDisc release of the classic film by the name of JAWS, which is now 45 flippin' years old already. And as from what I know, is Richard Dreyfuss still alive? He's like the only guy that's still alive. If in fact he is still alive, he's the only one of the 3, of course, that is still alive. Richard Dreyfuss in the classic movie JAWS. Back in the day, I just used to watch this all summer and stuff. It seems like summers just, go by faster and faster every year, but that's because they do, because when you get older, time just goes faster and faster and faster. Like when I was a kid, it seemed like summers lasted like, 12 months. And now a summer feels like it lasts for 4 weeks. It's just freaking insane. It's just, I find myself all of a sudden, it's like freaking, you know, 10 days left or less of June, and it's just like, holy crap, where's the summer going? But anyway, as always, I'm rambling. Thank you very much for watching this video, showcasing this really cool, just, you know, frickin' whatever it is, like 39-year-old LaserDisc release of Jaws. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, we'll catch you on the next video.